Hello, hello, everyone. Let me see if I can get myself live. I have to. Let's see. I might have forgotten to add internet to my iPad. I think there it is. Okay, there we go. All right. Happy Monday. Hello, Sharon. How are you? I have been busy working again today on getting my craft room set up. Hello, Deb. I am still working on it. I still have several boxes to go. Sharon, we are getting to a point of where most everything in the rest of the house is done. We still have some boxes that are left. We are, you know, we don't have to move a lot of big furniture because being in a parsonage, you don't have all of that. So like you don't move a couch and you don't move, certain things like that. But we still had a lot, it felt like. We'll be working on it for a while. That is for sure. So yes, I do it. So I am definitely in a much smaller room. This is probably half the size that I was in Winsboro, and Winsboro was probably, I don't know, not quite half. When we were in Sandy Run, I had a really big room. So I shrunk when we went to Winsboro, and then I'm shrinking. But you know what? That's good because everything is now kind of in reach. Like when I turn around to get paper out of the unit here, it's literally right there. So that's kind of good. It's also making me really think about what to keep and what I've been holding on to and haven't used for years and need to let go of. So that is also a plus. I have a big box that's going to Goodwill. That's just, like magnets and just some random things that I don't even know why I have them because I don't use them. So I did tell Ben, funny enough, when I was getting ready to come in here to go live, I said, now I have to see if I can remember how to do that because I feel like it's been forever. But anyway, so let's get started. We are going to be playing with the June paper pumpkin, and let me see. I think here it is. I'm still not feeling quite completely organized and whatever, but I'll get there. I know I will. But we're going to be doing the June paper pumpkin called Full of Charm. So this is a cute little set. Not necessarily something I would pick, but it is cute. And I ended up coming up with 2 cards that I really liked. So that was great. And then these are the cards on how they're supposed to be made. I do love the gold in it. So I like gold, especially when it's the splatter like that. So, all right, so we're going to do 2 cards tonight, and then I'll have 1 more card later this week. So let me put you down on the table, and I've got one thing to share with you. Let's see if I know how to get this done. Again, let's see, there we go, and swap, ta-da! All right, let's see if I can straighten this out. I also do feel like things are maybe a little bit taller, so I can't see as well, but it'll be all right. I can see from over here, right? That's all that matters, over here on my iPad. Okay, so real quick, and I'm going to be honest with you, if you are a part of club, hello, Kathy. If you are a part of club, I still have a few cards to design for club because obviously things have been packed up for almost 3 weeks, and I started, but I never did get to finish. So I will have all the samples completed and ready for show tomorrow. But in the meantime, we are going to be doing Charming Day. That is going to be the bundle that is being used. It is in your kit for club. It's $45. You have until the 16th of this month to register for it. It's $45, and this month will include the embellishments that coordinate. It will also include the ribbon, which we're going to use tonight. This is a petal pink, and it's like a braided rope. It's really pretty. It's really thick. You'll get a whole bolt of that. And then you're going to get a full pack of the Floral Charm Designer Series paper. So this is a suite of products, and so you are going to get all 3 things that are included in the suite. And then, of course, if you want to add the bundle, you can do that at cost. I will pay the tax and the shipping. So that's $45. If you would like to join club for the month of July, please let me know, and I will send you the link to do so. All right. Let's dive into our cards. And I kind of had to figure out what I was doing when I started again, because man, I tell you what, you go 3 weeks without crafting and it is not like riding a bicycle, at least not for me. This is the stamp set that that comes with the kit, and we're gonna be using the happy birthday from it. And then I also wanted to show you this. So for the month of July, August, and September, there is Hugs of Blooms dies. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong on that, y'all. But I'll go back and look, but I think it is. Anyway, these are some dies that we're going to be using. This may have actually been for April, May, and June, but it doesn't matter because they are still available. As of yesterday, they were still available. So we're going to use these, which are part of this new thing that Stampin' Up! Is doing, where they're doing dies that will go for 3 months along with the paper pumpkin kits. So make sure you check those out. I seriously don't know why I can't remember. I think this may be the last quarters, which means that I have no idea where my ones that should be for this quarter is. So I still have to design the other cards, so maybe I'll go find them and we'll go from there, right? Okay, let's dive in. So this is going to be our first card. We're going to do a little heat embossing because, you know, I was actually able to find that in all of our in all of my boxes. And we're actually going to fold it this way only because I've got some dirt on there and I don't know where it came from. So let's cover that up with our little paper here. So we're just going to attach that, and we're going to go with some seal. And once I get everything set up, I will do a tour. It may be a little while though, because the church is putting new flooring down in the living room and in the craft room. So just as I get it set up, I'll probably have to move everything so they can put new flooring down. Isn't that the way it usually works? Okay, so we've got that on front. Then we're gonna take, this is from the kit, and on the card it's supposed to go with, it overlays. So what we're going to do is just have it on top of this background paper, and I'm going to grab some different mini glue dots to use, because we are going to do, I think it's a little easier. We're going to put glue dots on just a couple of spots, but I feel like it's easier to use the ones from the kit. And you just stick them down, and I just use my fingernail and stick them right there on the large parts, and I just feel like that's a little easier. And so we can put a whole bunch on there, and then sometimes it gets rolled up, but that's okay too. good. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Deb. See, I knew I was wrong when I was doing them earlier, but then I was like, no, it's still available. It's gotta be the right one. So now I have to go find the actual right one. And that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be real fun. Because I know I ordered that and some paper. Although maybe it's, oh, well, you know what? This is the June kit. So yeah, no, this is the right ones. We're not in, I don't have the July kit yet. So there we go. I am using the right one. Oh, y'all. I'm going to say this, my brain is complete mush. I honestly have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. Crazy thing, moving is so much fun. But crazy thing happened. They couldn't get Ben and I have a sleep number bed because of some back issues. And as much as we hate the bed, we will love the bed once it is put back together. So we disassembled it. Everything went great. It was actually pretty smooth. They sent us like a video to do it. Well, the movers got here and couldn't get up the stairs. We are in a 2-story now. So we're having to hire sleep number people to come in to get it up the stairs. So we're just going to have them reassemble it. And y'all, I have missed my bed so much. And I feel, because I am so discombobulated with so much, and that being, I'm not sleeping very well, I feel like my whole life is just in disarray. But it will get there, I know. All right, so we're going to place that on there, just like that. And then we are going to take our little pretty peacock. We are going to use some of our embossing buddy here. That really got it, didn't it? Although now I just put oil back on it. All right, so we're gonna do that. We are going to stamp happy birthday with a Versamark. Right there in the center, like that. Then we're gonna stick it into our gold embossing powder. And then once we do that, I'm gonna knock off some of that extra powder. We're gonna close this up. And I have yet to find my current Stampin' Up! Heat tool, so I'm going back a lot of years here. We're gonna heat it up using our embossing, and I'm gonna grab my little tweezers there, because this one gets real hot and quick, unlike the current one. Takes it a minute. All right. Okay, now we're going to take that ribbon, or the braided petal pink braided ribbon that goes along with the Charming Day stuff, and we are going to, what I've done is I cut off a piece, and then I literally took 2 of the strands and I just pulled them out. And we're going to take those 2 strands, put them together, just like that, and then we're going to tie a cute little bow. And we're gonna make sure it's big enough because we're gonna stick it on the back. So what we're gonna do is grab some dimensionals. We're gonna put a dimensional here, here, and then we're gonna put one right about here. Okay, so we're gonna leave a little bit of extra room there. We're gonna take one of those glue dots, I'm gonna stick it there, take off the back. I'm gonna put another one on there just to really make sure I've got it secure. Okay, then we're gonna flip this over, and I want it to be at an angle. So I'm gonna stick it like that, okay? All right, and then that's almost like it's creating a dimensional there, and it'll keep it secure. Then we're gonna take our card front, and we're gonna lay it right about here. We're gonna take a pair of scissors, and we're gonna trim that side, and then this side. Maybe if my fingers will grab it. Okay. Then last but not least, we are gonna take the embellishments from the kit, and we're gonna add those to our card front. And these, I'm gonna use the take your pick tool, and I'll use the pokey end. So we're gonna put one right about here, and then a small one here. We'll do another big one right down here. And then we'll do we'll do a small one here and a small one here. All right, so that is card number 1. Simple, sweet, and easy, especially when you use most of the products from the actual kit itself. All right, so let's do card number 2. I've got to learn too where I am in the new setup too, as far. So if I get off screen, just holler at me. I'm watching the comments, so instead of looking at the picture, which I should be. Okay, so this is our card number 2. This one is using one of the card bases. I just cut it down. There will be a blog post later this week. It'll have both of these cards and the third card, and it'll all be in one blog post for you. All right, so let's go ahead and start putting it together. We're going to fold it in half. Then we are going to take our piece here, and this is one of the, let me show you what this came off of. So this is right here, is just a piece of paper, but it's got all of this flower on it right here. So it doesn't include this little florally piece here, but it literally is kind of at your left half of it. And what I did was I just cut off these little pieces using a pair of scissors, and I wasn't necessarily cutting the bottom so that it was perfect. I was literally just cutting it so that it would give me some of those pieces, because they're going to hide behind our little sentiment here. From those dies, I cut out the sentiment hugs. So we're going to pull off, and I did the adhesive sheets on the back because I did not want to have to put liquid glue on it at all. And then we're just going to lay it down here. Like that. Okay, we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of it. We'll put one in the middle and 2 on each side over here. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're just going to lay this right here. We're going to take some adhesive, and we're going to use, there it is. I'm just going to use a little bit of here, and then we're just going to kind of place it. And it's not going to end up being like the other one. It's going to be totally different, which is what we want. And I'm not pressing down on those because I don't want it to adhere quite yet. And this one we're going to stick right about here. We're going to put it behind. Okay, I think that'll work. We are going to take this one. Let's see where we can put this one. I might put this one over here like that. And then we've got a couple more pieces. I do kind of want it to be full looking. So then let's do this one right about here. Let me see, let me grab my piece here. All right, and then let's stick this one right about there. And we're gonna cover up some of these holes too with our leaves. All right, and then this one's just gonna sit down in there like that. Okay, now I've cut out the leaves from those dies. And so we're going to put those glue dots on the back. Oh, I keep moving my my mat here. All right, this is gonna go here like that. And again, I'm not doing, I'm not pressing it down because I want to make sure that it's all where I want it to be before I press it down real hard and keep it. All right, let's do that. Oop. All right, this one we're gonna stick back here, and actually we may stick it like that. So it kind of looks like it's coming out, and it kind of doesn't look weird with the with that piece. Okay, and then this one we're actually gonna just break off all 4 pieces, or all 4 leaves, and we're gonna tuck them in individually. Even though they'll be kind of grouped together, they're still gonna be, we're gonna group them together a little bit more than what we were doing. All right. Let's put this one right here. And then let's stick this one. We'll stick this one right here. And then one more. We'll stick that one right there. Okay, now I'm happy with all of those pieces. So now we're just gonna press down on it, okay? And then let's just say you ended up having like a piece where you just thought it needed a little bit more, then you could go back in and add some more leaves, or, you know, do something so that it changes it up a little bit. Now we're gonna stick this sentiment right on over. So we'll take off those dimensional backs, and then we're gonna stick this so that it kind of gives it, kind of hides those real awkward edges there. And then we're gonna take some of this ribbon. This is a gold and silver ribbon combo pack. And we're gonna tie a pretty large bow with it. I like large bows with this ribbon, I think because it's so thin. All right. Oops, not that big. And then we'll trim off those edges wherever I put those scissors at. So we'll trim there, and then we'll trim there. We're gonna grab a glue dot. And I'm just gonna put 2 glue dots on the back, and I'm just using those ones from the kit again. Well, it may not be from this kit, but it's from a kit. I keep all of those things and I use them. And then we're going to tuck this right up underneath that edge. I'm going to use my poker tool there. Make sure I get it good and under there. There we go. Okay, now we're going to flip this over. And I don't know where I'm getting dirt from on the back of everything, but I am. Probably from the mat, but it's all right. I'm still cleaning everything, right? It's a process. That's what I keep telling myself. That's what Ben and I keep saying to each other as well. It's a process. All right. We'll take and do one more. There we go. We're going to stick this on the front with a nice border around it. And then we've got this piece of cardstock here. And we are going to adhere it to the inside. And if you wanted, you could add some more embellishments to it. Or I felt like it had plenty of gold on it with the gold stripes in the background. So I just kind of left it like that. And there we go. There is card number 2. All right, let me pull in the other one. And ta-da, there we go. All right, everyone, thank you for joining me on my first day back after a while. It definitely went much smoother than I anticipated, so yay on that. I wasn't sideways in odd positions. So anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and make sure you check out my Facebook page with the next card that will be available later this week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.